Air travel is heavily regulated, and while it's true that airlines sometimes may not be on top of their game, extreme weather is the most frequent culprit of flight diversions, delays and cancellations, all this happening as part of the aviation game.
The weather has a very strong impact, on planes, like that. So if the weather is not good, definitely, if a pilot has to keep, circumventing, the airspace, just to make sure that, he has a clear, vision before landing, I think, safety is the most important thing. So if he has to, keep, merry-go-rounding, in the airspace until he has a clear, view. As long as, the passengers, are safe.
Just yesterday when I was coming to the airport, I received a mail from airline that my flight has been cancelled, and there is no flight. There was no flight for me to Abuja. So I had to just stay back in Lagos and book another flight for me to go to Abuja this morning. I had to reschedule my program, and I had to add another money to book for another flight, and it results in delay, loss of time, and also it's somehow expensive because I booked earlier before the flight was cancelled.
Weather can significantly affect aircraft operations. Low cloud, fog and rain may impede visibility at or around an airport, while thunderstorms and lightning can cause serious disruption to flight schedules. Airline also explained that delays and diversions occur during sudden weather changes when the flight is already airborne, because weather could change suddenly without notice. A major example is the low-level wind shear, which is known as very devastating to flights and could occur suddenly within few minutes.
This is a phenomenon whereby the speed of wind and direction changes abruptly, but it is more dangerous for aviation when it occurs at low level. Why? The simple reason is during approach and landing and during takeoff, that is when we have the most demand on the aircraft performance. And if at approach you are coming into land, you are at very low speed, you have the engines really working hard to keep the speed that you have selected. All of a sudden there is a change of wind direction or wind speed. It will affect the performance of the aircraft, and it might cause it to sink, and then it can actually, if not detected very quickly, it can affect the performance that the aircraft might not reach the runway.
Aircraft are unable to take off or land during a storm and will often be rerouted. Thunderstorms and lightning strikes near airports may also stop ground operations until they pass. Although bad weather, if not well managed, could lead to accidents, but so far pilots in Nigeria say the Nigerian Meteorological Agency has been effective in delivering accurate weather reports. Just recently, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority cautioned all pilots and critical flight parties over severe thunderstorms and other hazardous weather which hampers flight operations now that the rainy season has set in. With this, airlines say they stick to the standard of operation on issues relating to weather and safety.
Delay, cancellations will always occur in aviation, not in Nigeria, globally, because weather will set in, aircrafts can go tech, and there will be delays, there will be cancellation. Now, how you handle the delays and how you handle the passengers and how you communicate to the passengers is another thing. So it is encouraged for airlines to delay because of weather, because you don't want to arrive at a destination or take off from a destination where there is bad weather, and you enter into a situation where you jeopardize the lives of your passengers. We aviators, we like to make sure that the flights are done as smooth as possible and as safe as we can.
Aviation, most probably more than any other mode of transportation, is greatly affected by weather, with every phase of flight having the potential to be impacted. For that reason, commercial aviation in Nigeria must continually deal with these adverse types of weather regularly to ensure safe flight operations. News flash takes off with Air Peace Airlines' commencement of scheduled flight operations to Ibadan Airport, and the Oyo State government has pledged to support the airline. The carrier says it hopes to link Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, to every geopolitical zone of the country in its No City Left Behind program.
There's an airport upgrade project that we're pushing here. We want to extend the runway, and we also are putting a storage, aviation first storage and dispensing facility here. That contract has been awarded, and I'm sure within a year that will be functional. Those two things, what we want Air Peace to take away from this is the fact that we have a dry port here, which means people from other parts of the country, they can avoid the Apapa port. They can come here, clear their goods and return back, you know, whether they're coming from the east or from the north. They save themselves this 120 kilometers from here to Lagos, and also about 3 to 4 hours of wading through traffic in Lagos.
The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority has said that Tropical Arctic Logistics is yet to meet the requirements for the renewal of its air operator certificate, as it currently does not have 3 out of 4 key nominated post holders. The Director General of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, Captain Musa Nuhu, said that it would not compromise in enforcing safety standards and regulatory requirements in the initial issuance and renewal of all AOCs. Meanwhile, the chairman of the company has asked the regulator to immediately convene a meeting of domestic operators to understand and resolve the difficulties airline owners are experiencing. The chairman of the company said that despite the promise of the federal government to create an enabling environment for businesses to thrive, some government agencies are making it difficult for domestic airlines to survive.
I sincerely respect and support the DG's considering his international experience, but I would advise on his response to please pull back a little to get the facts of Tropical Arctic Logistics AOC renewal issue. TAL has lost so far over $7 million. TAL has reached its limit and has decided to suspend the action on following through with the AOC renewal. Despite concluding the phase 3, there are 5 phases in the renewal process. We've completed the 3 phases. The renewal process in Nigeria does not align with the international practice, although it's supposed to be the same ACAO procedure.
This is where our flight lands. It's bye for now. I'm Bukola Joe Oketumbi.